Okay, guys, welcome back. So, I somehow broke my webcam and had to restart my whole computer to fix it. So now it's fine, except Streamlabs doesn't have the side panel it's supposed to have. I don't know what's going on. Everything's broken. It's annoying. Okay, let's turn that down, because that's not supposed to be that high, I don't think. Um, so yeah, I'm going to be trying to build this. It's an IS-3, part of where my name kind of comes from. I think it's still Think Tank IS-3 on here. So yeah, this is actually where the name comes from. I do have a RCIS, which is well, they're also known as JS for Joseph Stalin, but IS is typically what they've been known. But yeah, so this is by COBI. This is not by Lego. They are interchangeable with Legos. They're the same thing as Legos. They're literally Legos, but this company is from Poland. Love this company. Um, if you want any kind of military vehicle like tanks, fighter jets, uh, battleships, aircraft carriers, they do have civilian vehicles as well. But for the most part, a lot of their things are just military vehicles. Like, they do have Concorde, but Lego also has Concorde, and to be honest, I think I'd get the Lego one, because the Lego one has a little bit more detail. You can actually open it up and things, but these are pretty detailed. Um, Let me see if I can grab the box. So, not only do they give you some cool information about them, let me see if I can get this to work. Also, yes, I got the freaking camera to do it properly. So if you look, now yes, the Lego guys are kind of eh. But you know, you actually build. I can't actually see the box. You actually build like the engine. Let me see if I can find the. Oh, it's near the top, so I'm not gonna be able to show it, am I? Yeah. So like you can see. Oh, I gotta go from the side. So you can see like you can do the entire interior. Um, you'll see as I build it, basically. I just finished completing a. It's the Is it the Bismarck? Yeah, I just did the Bismarck. Hang on. So I have a model of its sister ship known as the Tirpitz. The Bismarck didn't have this paint job on it. It was apparently just gray, but this has the really cool camouflage on it. So I just got done building um a much larger version of this. This is just a regular like model that I bought. Um but I just got done with the other one. It's really cool. It's really big. It does not fit in very many places. So I do have another little COBI tank, which, to be honest, we saw the price, and I was like, oh, that can't be the correct size. And no, this is not. This is not going to be the size that this is. There are actually two different versions of this. This is the T34. This is the, like, smaller, um, like, $50 one. So this one only took me, like, 45 minutes to an hour to build. So yes, this is going to take me a little while. But this is not how big this is going to be. This one is supposed to be... Let me see what it actually says in the book, how big it's supposed to be. Okay, the box will say how big it's supposed to be. I would get up and go show you the ship, but... maybe I will. This is going to be a foot long, including the gun, which is kind of disappointing. About 6 inches tall and about 4.5 inches wide. So maybe about the size of this book. So another thing, one of the reasons I really like the COBI sets is, number one, pad printing. There's not stickers in this. Anything that needs to be on things is printed directly on the pieces, which, number one, makes it easier to identify the pieces you need, but number two, I get OCD about putting stickers on things. So I'll stick a sticker on something, it'll be, just a little bit crooked, and then I have to sit there and fix it 5 or 6 times. And by that point, the sticker doesn't work. So I just don't do stickers. Plus, for some odd reason, I always have this idea, even though I never do. mostly from when I was a kid, I did this where I'd be like, hey, cool, what if I wanted to get it wet for some reason? What if I was playing with it, like, near water? What if it was a boat and I wanted to mess around with it, like, in a pool or something? Well, I don't want to do that, and then the stickers come off. I'll actually go get the ship. Hang on. I have my headphones on because I'm going to listen to something while I'm doing this, but I'm going to use headphones because copyright strike, I'm not going to have things playing that aren't mine. That way you can hear them. Only I will hear them. Alright, so I am going to show you the Bismarck. Crow, why do you have to sleep behind me? It makes it so incredibly difficult to not run your butt over. Ugh, oh my goodness, this thing's big. So, as you can see, this is not small. This is a significant size. It comes, well, I had to build the stand. You make the stand. So you've got, like, these are like little cranes for moving the little boats, which these are like a single piece. These aren't, like, built. You've got the turrets. These were, no, not these ones. These ones weren't the pain. These ones were the pain. These little guys. They have these little guns on them. So this camera is apparently really bad when you're trying to make something this big. This is like a 1080p camera, or at least it's supposed to be. At least it's high definition anyway. This camera is also, God, probably like 15 years old. So it's not like the newest, but you've got your little Scout seaplane, which admittedly it's not like, it doesn't have the thing on it. You've got your whole main conning tower bit. This is actually kind of annoying because, like, the front for me is apparently when cameras mirror things, like for you can see things properly, but if I'm like, oh hey, I'm gonna look at the front, like, the front for you is to the left, but for me it's to the right. I don't know. All I know is as long as the camera is set up so that you can read words, I don't care. Right? Cool. But yeah, so, you've got, like, the actual turrets actually have the guns set up like this on purpose, because if you've ever actually seen, like, a battleship fire, once they fire, each gun is aimed separately, so, like, one of the guns lowers, and then they load it, and then it aims back up. These anchors, I actually had to link myself. That was a pain. Took a little while. So yeah, this thing took me a very, very long time. This is very big. It's also very hefty. But as you can see, it's got, a different camo pattern on it. See, I'm trying to go over here to go to the left, but it's opposite. So, you've got all that. It's got, like, the flags on it. It's got, like, the propellers and the rudders. And it obviously doesn't look super blocky like, old school Legos do, which modern Legos don't look all blocky either. They've gotten really good at making really cool pieces. But, I mean, this probably doesn't look that impressive, but, you've got, AA turrets, secondary turrets, primary turrets. Oh god, that was a pain in the neck to get that to actually go on. So it's got, like, the little marking that shows which side of the boat this is, that, if you're just driving around, you do. God dang it, now I gotta get this back ditch. But yeah, so this thing is really big. This thing is probably about, I think it's like 32 inches long. It's like almost 3 feet. I do have another one, which is the American aircraft carrier, the Enterprise, the original one, the old World War II one. I kind of want to get the German one they have, because the German one has a little elevator for the planes, which would be really cool. But this and the this and the aircraft carrier are both actually the same scale. So they will actually be, in relativity to each other, actual size. So, I mean, this is actually longer than the aircraft carrier, but you also have to remember that a lot of that is this nice, long, slender nose. Okay, I didn't break it. This nice, long, slender nose on it. It's got the back where it kind of comes to a slope. Why will this not... See, I spent like 20 minutes trying to get this freaking base on the first time. Okay, there we go. Good enough. Good enough for who it's for. So, and the aircraft carrier is designed obviously different, but also, oh yeah, and you've got the little tiny AA guns. You can't really see that one. It's got little tiny AA guns in the back. You can't really tell. There's like a little barrel on it, and there's like a little sight on it. And then there's dual barrel ones up front here, if you look like right there and there. But yeah, so the aircraft. Oh, and if you actually look, there is. I'm gonna try to hold this. So if you look, it's got like the portholes and stuff, and like the oh god, where is it? And the door. So yeah, those are all printed on. So you don't have to design those. You don't have to do anything. This took a long time. I'm kind of excited to do the aircraft carrier because, like I said, they're gonna be basically to scale. So they're gonna be roughly the same size. The aircraft carrier is a little bit shorter, but it's wider. I think. I'm pretty sure it's wider. I've had these for a while. I just never built them. Well, I started building this one about 2 years ago. Got about... This camera does not have the field of view that my eyeballs do. So I basically got from here, not like the anchors or anything. I did from like here to like here. And then I had... I think it was actually to like the middle almost, but it didn't have the sides on. It didn't have like the side pieces. And then they ended up having you do the back, and then the whole thing went together as one big piece. Let me go put this back before I continue. Ugh. Alright, so, actually, while I'm already quasi up, I'm going to get a drink. I don't know where I'm going to put it. Alright, this is going to have to sit somewhere. I'll figure it out, but... And things are falling. Alright, so... Gonna angle that back down. Not sponsored. So, one of the reasons why I actually prefer... It's kind of chilly in here. Kind of. For some reason, my legs get cold. So... Crowd, why do you have to leave freaking milk jugs all over the damn place? How is it that the camera can see way the heck over there in the corner, but it couldn't see the whole boat? Stupid weird field of view. Bring this tray up. Now, the other reason that I actually really like these, now, like I said, I'm building the IS-3. Number one, these are really detailed, especially like things like the vehicles where they actually have the ammunition and stuff. Now, one of the things, like I said, this is a Polish company. It's made in Poland. It's made by Poland. It's got all these different pieces that are like, hey, make sure you tell the difference. Now, I have grabbed the wrong piece, put the wrong piece in the wrong place, and then realized it. It's pretty easy to tell, like that ship. You can tell based on how the slope is, and like, you know, hey, that slope isn't the same. But one of the reasons why I really like this brand, you'll understand why I have this in a second. You probably figured it out, but... So, I will admit, this is a lot of waste. I'm not cutting up this high so that you can see. I'm cutting up this high so that I can see what I'm doing. Because before, I was using... Oh my god, this is less efficient than just doing the way I was doing it. Alright, screw the scissors. We're going to do it the other way. Which means I got to get up again. Which means I got to scoop that out of my way. Plus, these scissors are dangerous. These are very pointy and very stabby. Alright, let me go grab... Okay. This takes some setup, but it's fine. Now, I will admit, one of the things that I do not like about these sets is that at least these very big ones, they kind of have a little bit more waste than I would prefer. And by that, I mean, let me dump these bags out. I already have to get one bag. Toss these out later. Why are these pieces not in a box? Or a bag? I'm guessing these are what I'm playing with. They come in like 80 bags. Now, I'll be honest, I don't like that because it means there's a lot more garbage with them. But I really like that because the way that they set it up, like these, you can't see them because they're in a plastic bag and it's too shiny. Yes, you're probably going to freak out and you're going to think I'm going to slice my hand open. This knife is very, very sharp. I use it at work. I have recently sharpened it twice. It is incredibly sharp, so it will cut through these bags without a problem, and I stick it between my fingers. So I'm not going to get myself. The reason I have this is because before I had a tray table that I was using to hold all my stuff, which is over here. I know, it's ugly. Don't worry about it. And I basically was splitting it up using things like my 3-hole punch and a bunch of other things. So I was using a bunch of different just random objects as a split so that the pieces wouldn't, you know, go all together. And I found that essentially they don't really go over, they don't go more than like 8 or 9 bags per bag. I know that doesn't make sense. So this one has 4 bags. That ship had 11 bags. And then they come in these smaller bags, which I really like. Like I said, I don't like it because it means that you have a lot more garbage, but it also means that when you're splitting everything up so that you're ready to build, and I'm just going to keep yapping and English. Rambling. That's the word I'm trying to say. It means that I'm going to keep rambling, but it means that now this was all split up on this table, which made it incredibly hard to really do it properly. And I probably should have combined these and these because, to be honest, they're basically the same thing. They're the same size, but I was splitting them up based on bags, which made it really easy because then, you know, you've got all these bags. They're already separated by size of what parts you've got. You're not sitting here trying to figure out where your parts are. To be honest, though, I do have a Lego that I'm going to build. I'll probably do it on stream as well. I was going to build it at work, but I think these are a little bit too big to try to build at work, even though there's not a whole lot of pieces in it. Like, the other Lego, the actual Lego, this is 1,170 pieces. The other one is like 1,100. They're basically the same. It might actually be a little bit less. One of these two is like 30 pieces less. But the actual Lego is like the bags aren't divvied up like this. I have a lot of bags left. Luckily, I have more organizers. Yeah, I'll take those and put them in here because they're big. Preparation. It's all about preparation. Alright, now we have another spot to put some of these pieces, which will actually put these in that because that's a nice long container. I got like a couple different containers off of Amazon trying to figure out what would be a good option for having organizers for this, and I knew that roughly it was usually about 8 or 9 sections I needed, so I tried to find things that had like 8 or 9 dividers. This came in a 2-pack. I didn't realize that. I don't have enough room to have this be a 2-pack. I do like that it's clear, though, because all of these pieces are really dark, so having them... I think I am going to just combine those with those. Because I still have one more bag, and... Well... See, the one thing that sucks about these being dark like this is that it means it's harder to see all of these little tiny pieces. You know what? What I'll do... I friggin' hate these tiny little rings. They are such a pain in the neck. I'm going to put all of these in here. Also, these sets do not give you a lot of extra pieces, like, at all. Like, none. I have, like, 4 extra pieces from that ship, except when I was building it. I did all the pieces, something didn't line up right, and then I took it partially apart, redid it, and then it matched to the other side perfectly. So, I don't know what I did, but I screwed up something, and then I did that, and now it's fine, but now I have extra pieces. And there's like 1 extra piece of chain link, like for those 2 chains. So, there's not a whole lot of extra pieces that they give you. Do I even have the room to have these both sitting here? Barely. Alright, this gets put away now. Okay, knife, you need to go somewhere where you're out of the way. Because box be big. Hold on. This is the first time I'm doing this way. Before, it was just literally the tray table and then a bunch of random objects separating things in the middle of it. There we go. Perfect. But yeah, so I really like this company as opposed... Like, I do like Legos, but... So like I said, the crane has... I think it was like 6 bags. And this one has, like, I think 4 or 5. I think it's only 4. But the main difference is there's a lot more pieces per bag on this. I'm going to assume this is the piece I need. So, there's a lot more pieces. I need better lighting. That is my main problem right now. That's not the piece I want. That's the piece I want. A 2x7, that's weird. That's an 8. Can I, like, read? Hang on. Yeah, it's 2x7. I think they actually have some additional pieces that are different. Like, most Lego pieces are like 2x8, and right now I need a 2x7, which I don't see a 2x7. I would imagine it's in here. That's an 8. That's an 8. But being able to have all the bags pre-separated, they're in a different section. Having them separated like that is very nice because, as you saw, I have all these different sections. These were all separate bags. So, you know, if I know that all of the, let's say, 3x3s are in this bin, then I know that all of those are going to be in there. So it helps my brain figure out where the pieces I'm going to need are going to be much easier and much quicker. Okay, I'm going to go with this is probably going in the middle. No. I want 3 full circles, so like that. Yes. Okay, got it. All right, so it's going like that. One thing that I really don't like, and this is nothing that has to do with the company. When you're building something like this, where it's a green tank, every freaking piece is green, and it's all the same shade of green. Now, again, that's not on the company. They're designing it to be... I'm going to put this down here until I get big enough that I can't see the book anymore. And what am I using? A 3 and a 4. That's nothing on the company. I need how many of these? Oh my sweet. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and then 3 of the 4s. Oh, the 4s aren't in the same bin. That's weird. Where's the 4s? 1, 2, 4. So, number one, the things that they have you build are very... they're very well put together. Now, Legos are too, but, like, these are, like... There's, like, no hollowness. Like, that ship, it's got a whole bunch of pieces in the middle to support everything. It's got, like, a lot of... Like, it's not... It's mostly hollow, but also not fully hollow, because, like I said, there's, like, these blocks that are, like, this tall that, like, support along the whole ship. And then the rest is, like, there's the deck and, you know, whatever. But yeah, they are... I don't know words. So I really like these just because they are... they're detailed, they're hefty. Like, they're well put together. It's not like the pieces are, like, barely hanging on. Now, while you're building it, they might be barely hanging on. But by the time it's done, it's barely hanging on because there's other pieces. A lot of the times, they end up having you, like, build things in modules. Like the ship, I ended up building, like, the whole back half before they had me attach it. Then they had me build, like, another part. So they kind of have you do things in modules and then put them together on the bigger ones. Now, the Lego, it has, like, 9 bags, I think. This one only has 4. The ship had 11. By the way, the ship is twice the amount of pieces that these are. And it had 11 bags. It was 2,030 pieces. I was trying to remember, because the aircraft carrier is 2,500 pieces. This one, or the Bismarck, was 2,030 pieces. So, you know, one is a lot more pieces than the other. What? Huh? One, two... Oh. I'm dumb. Don't you love it when you get Legos together and then you gotta take them apart? The one nice thing is that Lego has that one piece that lets you, like, pull pieces apart easy, which I'm sure I would have if I dug through... Oh, actually, the crane came with one. I should pull that out, actually, because that thing is handy. Now, back in my day when I used to build Legos as a kid, they didn't have that thing. It's orange, it looks like a little raft-looking thing, and the first time I saw it, I thought it was literally, like, supposed to be like a canoe or something. I'm like, what the heck is this? And then when I got one of the newer sets, I was like, oh, this is for taking pieces apart when you screw up. Got it. That makes way more sense. Nope. Oh, I only needed 3 of those. Why did I think I needed 4? Because I'm dumb, that's why. So I keep losing my train of thought. I'm really bad about that. So This is, I think, 4 or 5 bags. And it is like 1,100 pieces. The crane is, I think that's actually a little bit less. Either way, the crane and this tank are about the same amount of pieces. And the crane has like, I don't know, like 9 bags, but the bags aren't divvied up like this. Like, there's not a lot of pieces in each bag. Let me see if the bags that I have are within reach. They are not. I'm not getting up again. But yeah, so my point that I'm trying to make is the Lego has almost as many bags as a set that has twice as many parts. And this has half the bags that the crane does, but there's a lot more pieces in each bag. So while Lego doesn't put as many parts into a single bag, there's more bags. So I guess, like, the caveat is... Let me make sure I can actually talk while doing things. Cool. I need that. And I need a 3x4, which I believe was in here. So, while the Lego doesn't have individual bags for all the pieces like this, where it's easy to just separate them out, they have a lot less pieces per bag, so I guess that's maybe how they get around not having to do that, is they just have a lot more bags, so that there's less bags to deal with. But the sad part is, the bags are, like, huge. Like, okay. So let me grab this bag, right? So this is the first bag for this set, right? And it had, like, 6 different smaller bags inside of it. So, sorry, it had 8. Those pieces weren't in a bag. 9. 10. So it had like 10, it had like 9 bags and then a bunch of pieces that weren't in a bag, right? And they were all in this one bag. So this bag was like filled up to here. Only this was like air. The Lego bag, it's like this same size bag, but this is how many pieces are in it. It's like the bottom 2 inches. So I don't know if maybe Lego just has like generic bags and they use them for pretty much every set or what, but yeah, there's definitely a lot more space that they could have put in those bags. Now again, maybe they're doing that. Wow, I'm a little bit louder when I don't have my headphones on, but oh well, because I was planning to listen to something. However, I don't know, whatever. Oh, that's a long boy. I'm gonna assume it's this long boy. So, I need a 4 and a 3. Where did I put that 4? 4, and the 3s were in here. So, what was I saying? Oh, so, like, yeah, the Legos are, like, a lot less pieces per bag, but there's more bags, whereas this is less bags, but they're also organized into how the pieces are, which, again, I don't like that there's a lot more garbage, but at the same time, it does make building it a lot faster. I'm not digging through, like, a gazillion Lego pieces trying to find the piece I actually need. All I have to do is, like, you know, I have my whole separation. I need 4 of these. So, like, I have all my different organized pieces. All I have to do is, once I realize which pieces are in what bin, I just grab them. And then, cool, I'm good. This is going to very quickly become not able to be done on the book. I wish that I had either the book, like, up here, which it would be sitting on my keyboard, And I wish I could have it like both pages open at once, but these books are just way too big. Which is fine. I mean, it's not like, you know, did I miss something? Build that. Hang on. Yeah. Oh, okay. I got you. So I need a 3x4, which was in here. And I need... So I take this, and then I need 4 3s. There's one more. That's the other nice thing, is that you know that you're almost done, because as the pieces start dwindling down, you've got less and less pieces, and you're like, cool, I'm almost done with the bag. I don't know. I don't like models, because like there's just so many tiny pieces. You have to use glue. You have to do so many other things. It's just obnoxious. So I need 5 4s and 5 2s. Ignore the way I'm wording things. I basically word what pieces I need based on like how many they are. Like if it's a 2x7, then my brain already knows it's a 2, so I'll just say like, oh, it's a 7. Or I'll say a 2x7, one of the two. So I need 5 of the 2s. 5 2s. Those are the short boys, right? Yeah, short boys. And so the 4s are right here. 1, 2. Where are the rest of you? When I finished that ship, I ended up just doing it on my bed, because the thing was, well, I wanted to stop sitting down. I was doing it in here, and I started not having enough room, but I wanted to sit down more comfortably. Oh, these are the long boys. I don't want the long boys. I want the short boys. Here's the short boys. That's why I couldn't find them. 2, 3. No, you go in there. Stop it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. I need 5. Yeah, I like these because they are pretty good about adding a lot of detail to the sets. And I do like Legos, but price-wise... So the crane, which was a few more pieces than this, or a few less pieces, but it's also like, it's part of the Lego City set. It's not like it's the Technic set or the like the 18 and plus sets where they're like extremely detailed, where they have the engines. Like there's a Porsche one that has like the whole engine and everything. It's not part of that. So it's not like insanely detailed. The Legos that are insanely detailed, I think they're a lot more expensive. They're like $200. But like, I think this company does it more on how many pieces. Like, yes, that ship was like a $200 ship. I think the other one was also like $200. I got them for like Christmas one year, and then the next year I got the other one. So, but three down, gap of 3. So I would say if you're looking in terms of doing the details, they're probably about the same price point. Wait, how the heck does that work? Are these for the tracks? Because if they are, having like this off-center from this doesn't make sense. Like, you can see that. Like, this is a double, so it's directly over this. But this one's a 4, so it's directly over this line here. So they're slightly off. That's a little bit weird. It's fine. I've built the Tiger tank before, so it's... They end up coming out pretty good. Building the tracks, that's going to be annoying. Oh, you know what? I wonder if they do... Okay, I see how they're doing it. So they're doing singles on one side, and then the 4s, and then they're doing... So they're alternate. Okay, I got you. So we got the first one, the second one, the third one, first one, second one, third one. I need the fourth one. And then a quad. Gotcha. I don't remember what I was saying now. But yeah, I do really like these. Like I said, I believe price point wise, they're probably about the same for the amount of detail you're getting, because these are, I mean, this one was, I think, like $100, and this is still like an 1,100 piece set. So, you know, if you were looking at something that was like a very, very small pieced set, that would be one thing. But, you know, plus, like I said, the I'm not going to grab it again, and I'm not going to move the camera. I need a quad. So the so like the little T-34 was like $50 or $60. And you know, it's small. There's like no detail to it. It's very basic. So like, okay, cool. But that wasn't the one that we intended to buy when we ordered it. I didn't find the exact one. My mom happened to like look it up. She got it for me for Christmas along with the big ship. I built that one in like 45 minutes while I was sitting waiting for dinner at like a family's house. Because I think I had started it, and then I was like, oh, I can easily finish this. But yeah, I would say it's pretty good considering you end up... Is this the piece? No, that is not the piece. That's the piece. Good, I'm glad that we're still not attaching this. So 6x4. This? Nope. This. Yes. Alright, hangs off by 1. So, I mean, I really like these sets. They're detailed. They do things that LEGO doesn't do, which is also what I like. I mean, like I said, they do have, like, civilian things. But also, the civilian ones, I think, they probably did it for that reason. I don't remember the other ones that they have that are civilian vehicles other than the Concorde. I mostly look at the military ones. I didn't look at the civilian ones that closely the last time I was looking. But I would imagine that they probably did that because they're like, well, LEGO already does have one of these. So maybe don't bother making, like... I mean, it's really detailed. It's just it doesn't have the whole... On the LEGO one, you open up the side on the bottom of the fuselage above the wing, and there's like a bunch of like machinery stuff. and then there's the seats above it. I think theirs has the seats, just not the machinery. But at the same time, you literally can't get... Huh? What? First one is 4-way, then 4, then the next one, then gap of 4, then the third one, then gap of 4, then the next one. That's in the wrong spot. That would have been screwing me up. Gap of 4. I'm trying to make sure I do this right, because I've had it where I end up screwing something up early on, and then having to go back takes a lot more time than 2 8s. Where would I be if I was an 8? Maybe in here. Yes. So those just go to the back. Yep. But yeah, like, I do want to shout this company out, though, because they are a really good one. A lot smaller than Lego, obviously, but they're also... Holy crap, and not Greenpeace. They're interchangeable with Legos. They're Lego pieces. Oh, I didn't need another one of those. I need 3 6s. I already put 1 6 in. If I was a 6, where would I be hiding? I would guess in here. Where are you hiding? That one's gray. They're pretty good about. I did that with the ship. I ended up putting down, and I'm like, huh, that's weird. I don't have another. I was like, oh man, that's weird. I don't have another. This colored piece, I have like a gray piece instead of whatever the piece was supposed to be. And it's like, oh, well, if it was just gray versus black, that's kind of what it was. Not entirely. It ended up being that what happened was I used a gray that I was supposed to use for something else, and it ended up in part of the deck of the ship where it was all tans. So I ended up having to swap that, and then I had the gray I needed to put where it was supposed to be. And obviously, since it was gray in an area of tan, it was really easy to find. And it wasn't like too deep buried where I had to take a lot apart. I had to take a decent amount, but it was fine. Ooh, a 2x8. These were 2x8s, right? So yeah, you know, having the colors can be really easy to make sure that you're actually doing the right pieces in the right places. So I don't know. I don't like build these a lot. So there's like a 1 gap, and then it's here. But I do like them. Now I need... Are those textured ones? They look like the textured ones. They are the textured ones. I should have 3 of these. So these are cool because some of theirs, like there's pieces on the ship. And on the ship, they are... Basically, they've got like little bumps on them that look like rivets because the area is supposed to be riveted. And these, you probably can't see them, even if I show them up to you. Yeah, see, they've kind of got like a bunch of little holes in them. Probably as some sort of mesh. My guess would be... Because these are pretty good at being, like, accurate to... Huh? Oh. Oh, I did that wrong. Okay. These are normally pretty accurate to like the actual thing, and it's like, oh, it's a Lego, it's not that accurate. Like you'd be surprised how accurate you can get with stuff if you actually want to be. Even with just Legos, man. I mean, yeah, there's some Lego like higher end ones that don't really look great. Like some of the cars don't look that good. And then some of them look amazing. Like some of them look exactly like the car. There's some where it's like they have to get creative with the pieces, and then it looks pretty good, but not. Can I just pop that off? There we go. Like, oh, well, you know, this looks really good with what they did. And then you might be like, oh, but like it doesn't look, you know, amazing. Like I said, so you might have pieces that are like, oh, hey, this vehicle looks perfect. It looks exactly like the vehicle. And then you have more modern cars that are a lot slopier, a lot more. I'm trying to think of like the words to describe it properly. Is this just a flat one? Oh, okay, it's just a flat one. Where it's like the Camaro looks perfect, but like the Ford GT looks kind of terrible. One of the Lamborghinis looks really good, and then like the Porsche looks pretty good. And then you've got like the I think it's a new one. It's like the Nissan Skyline from Too Fast Too Furious. Does not look good in my opinion. Like it looks like the car, but it also looks like kind of blocky. Whereas like 2 or 3 of the Lamborghinis and the old Porsche, there is one of the Lamborghinis that looks terrible, but 3 of the Lamborghinis, there's the Countach, however the heck you want to pronounce it. Maybe it's the Diablo. I think it's the Countach though. I didn't look that hard. One of the really new ones, there's like a Ferrari that looks pretty good. There's a couple of them that actually look really good, and there's some of them that kind of don't. Anyway, my point is, my guess that the reason why these are like a mesh is because in the actual tank, it has like a mesh floor for if there's like oil leak, then it just kind of like they have something to stand on where the oil can get below them. So, you know, you don't slip and fall while you're trying to like operate a tank in the middle of combat. And then I need one goofy covering round thing. If I was a goofy round boy. See, I have one of those like this, but this one has the little nub at the top you can't see because my camera is not good enough. It has a nub at the top, and that's not the kind I need. I need a flat one. A smooth one, if you will. And round things, when it comes to Legos, are pretty easy to find. I don't see... It's specifically a round one. God, it's round, but with a flat top. That is the only round one I even see. It wouldn't be in here, because this is all bigger pieces. That's bigger pieces. It's not in here, is it? No. See, now, I've made this mistake before where I was like, oh, maybe they just didn't picture the nub on it. And then, you know, you're like, oh, cool, it probably just doesn't have the nub. And they put the nub one in. And then you go later and you need the one with the nub. And you're like, there is only one of this piece in here. See? Here it is. No nub. That's the one I need. Which, if this was a normal Lego, they would all be, like, together, which would be annoying, but it's neither here nor there, because I guess with smaller bags means, like, it's easier. That's a long boy. That's a 10. It's a single 10. So yeah. I like these. If you like Legos, but you also want to build military vehicles, COBI, C-O-B-I, is the one to go to. So I wish this tray was actually the other way. I'm actually going to do that, because then I can reach more of the trays easier, and then I can put the trays that I don't need a whole lot up here, even though one of those is a lot longer, but it's fine because I still don't need them that often. And then I need one of these boys, and now that I rotated this, I'm never going to find the pieces I need again. I need 2 of those, right? No, just 1. Okay, so there's only 1 in the whole set, because this is the only one. Because there's only 1 in the organized bin that I grabbed it out of. And that is how it works. And then I need 3 circular doodads. Now, some of the ways that you build some of these like just do not make sense. It's like, why are you having me do that? And then they still don't make sense even when you get them done. Like the ship, there's a certain thing that you build that's like, why did I build it this way with like something like this when I could have just done... I don't know, maybe it's because something like this is... Maybe it's truer to the original design. Maybe it's just because it's more stable than doing like a square one on top, because a square single might rotate or something. I don't know. What am I looking for? I need two flats and 1 set of holes in them. 1 set of holes in them. 2 flats. Are they supposed to be black? Yeah, they're like gray. Most of the gray pieces are in here. Add them there. Okay, here's the ones with the holes. Oh, here's the flat. Which means that the other flat's going to be in here too. Nope, I'm wrong. Because the other flat is too long to that one. Where is it hiding? Ah, it's in here. I wasn't looking in that bin, but it doesn't help that it's a gray piece in a black bin. The way this paper is a little bit... I need it like this angle so that I don't have the light reflecting so I can still read. But at the same time, if it's up like this, then I can't read it because then it's too dark. Yes. Lego struggles. So that... Oh, God, that's trippy to try to see. So 2, and then this. So 2, and then this, and then that. And that's all the pieces. See, half the time I don't even read like what I need down here and then get them out first. I just be like looking at the thing and then be like, cool, that's what I need. Also, the ship took 2 books like this, except it was thicker. I have one of the books. It's under something, so I'm not going to grab it. But it's thicker than this. And there's 2 of them. Oh, good gravy. Okay, well, I'm going to assume it's this. Okay, so it's one of these. It goes across here. Nice and solidify it. And then I need 2 single grays. If I was a single gray, where would I be? Probably in the one with all the little pieces. The other nice thing about the way they do this, and sometimes it's like this, sometimes it's not. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You guys didn't tell me I missed a step. I missed these big long boys. Oh, no I didn't. I missed one of them. Guys, once again, I'm dumb. I mean, I'm not, but I am. But I'm not. But I am. Guys, distractions. Look, a distraction. Oh, I almost dropped this, and then I wouldn't have been able to find it. Hopefully I can get this whole thing done in like one video, and hopefully it doesn't end up being too long. Maybe I'll try to like end the stream at like an hour, which will be in a few seconds. So maybe I'll do that, and then, because I do post these to YouTube, and I would like them to be YouTube friendly, and I haven't figured out how to. They used to have an editor. I don't know if they got rid of it or what. I'm going to try to make these more YouTube friendly, though. Actually, yeah, I think that's what I'll do. I will end this one here, and then part 2 will be coming in just a minute. So, you guys have yourselves a nice day.